Have you ever felt like you were standing in front of a giant wall, and no matter how hard you tried, you just couldn't find a way over it? Do you feel like you have started learning English many times, only to quit after a few weeks because life became too busy or the progress felt too slow? Are you tired of feeling like you are failing yourself every time you close your textbook? If you have ever felt this way, please know that you are not alone. I have been there too. My name is Elena, and for a long time, I stopped learning English. I felt embarrassed. I felt like I wasn't smart enough. But today, I want to share with you why I started again, and more importantly, how I did it using a very special framework. The reason for my change didn't come from a new teacher or a better dictionary. It came from a book that changed my entire perspective on how we grow as human beings. That book is Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book taught me that my failure wasn't because of my lack of talent, but because of a broken system. James Clear says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." This simple sentence changed everything for me. Today, I want to guide you through the exact steps I took to rebuild my relationship with English. We are going to explore how to make learning feel natural, easy, and even peaceful. We are going to move away from the pressure of perfection and move toward the beauty of consistency. Step 1. Focus on the identity, not the goal. Most of us start our journey by saying, "I want to be fluent in English." This is a goal. While it sounds good, it actually creates a lot of pressure. When we don't feel fluent after a month, we feel like a failure. In Atomic Habits, the author suggests we focus on identity-based habits instead. This means we should focus on who we wish to become, not what we want to achieve. Let's look at a modern example. Imagine a young professional named Sarah. She works in a busy city and spends an hour commuting every day. Sarah used to say, "I need to study English for 60 minutes tonight." But by the time she got home, she was exhausted. She looked at her phone, scrolled through social media, and felt guilty for not studying. She felt like a bad student. When I started again, I changed my language. I stopped saying, "I am trying to learn English." Instead, I started saying, "I am a reader," or "I am someone who enjoys English stories." This is a very powerful shift. When you identify as a reader, you don't have to read 50 pages to be successful. You just have to read one page. If you read one page, you are a reader. In this flow, I want to explain a useful phrase, to identify as. When we say we identify as something, it means we describe ourselves in a specific way. It is about how we see ourselves in our own hearts. Another important word here is consistency. Consistency means doing something regularly so that it becomes a natural part of your life. It is better to study for 5 minutes every day than for 3 hours once a week. Step 2. Use the law of least effort. We often think that for something to be valuable, it must be difficult. We think we need to sit at a hard desk with a heavy grammar book to really learn. But the truth is, our brains love things that are easy. James Clear explains that we should make our habits so easy that we can't say no to them. He calls this the 2-minute rule. Think about your daily life. We live in a world of high work pressure and constant digital noise. If your English book is hidden inside a drawer, you probably won't open it. But what if you put that book on your pillow every morning? When you go to bed at night, the book is already there. The friction is gone. I used to force myself to listen to complex news reports that I didn't understand. It felt like work. Now, I listen to stories that I actually enjoy, stories that make me feel calm. I made the environment work for me. I put my headphones next to my coffee machine. Now, while I wait for my coffee to brew, I listen to a short English story. It takes no effort because the tools are already in my hands. We must stop fighting against our lazy nature and start designing our environment to help us. Step 3. Stack your habits for mental well-being. One of the most effective ways to start a new habit is called habit stacking. The formula is simple. After current habit, I will new habit. This links your new English habit to something you already do every day without thinking. Let's use a modern-day situation. Most of us check our emails or social media as soon as we sit down with our morning tea or coffee. This is an existing habit. To apply habit stacking, you could say, after I take my first sip of coffee, I will listen to one English poem. By doing this, you aren't trying to find new time in your busy schedule. You are simply attaching English to a moment of peace you already have. For me, this was about connecting English to my inner voice. I realized that I spent so much time listening to the noise of the city and the demands of my boss. I needed a quiet, safe space. So, I stacked my English listening with my evening walk. After I put on my walking shoes, I will play an English audio guide. English stopped being a task and became a companion to my relaxation. Let's look at another vocabulary moment. The word friction usually refers to two things rubbing together. But in productivity, it means the things that make a task difficult or annoying. If we reduce friction, we make the task smoother. Also, consider the phrase to be overwhelmed. This is how we feel when something is too much for us to handle. By stacking habits, we ensure we never feel overwhelmed. Step 4. Reward the process, not the result. Our brains need a win to keep going. If you only reward yourself when you pass a big exam, you will wait a long time for a reward. In Atomic Habits, we learn that a habit needs to be satisfying for it to stick. We need a small hit of happiness every time we complete our tiny task. In our modern life, we are used to instant gratification from likes on a photo or a quick text message. We can use this same psychology for English. I started using a simple habit tracker, just a piece of paper, where I put an X's for every day I listened to a story. Seeing that row of X's gave me a sense of pride. It was a visual proof that I was becoming the person I wanted to be. Furthermore, I started rewarding myself with small things. After a week of consistent listening, I would buy myself a nice candle or spend an extra 30 minutes in the park. We must learn to be gentle with ourselves. We are often our own harshest critics. If you miss a day, don't punish yourself. Just never miss twice. That is the rule. Missing one day is an accident. Missing 2 days is the start of a new habit of not doing it. Step 5. Connect with your inner voice. This is perhaps the most important lesson I learned. Why did I really start learning English again? It wasn't just for a job or a better salary. It was because I wanted to access more wisdom. I wanted to read books that haven't been translated. I wanted to hear the thoughts of people from different cultures. I wanted to expand my inner voice. When you learn a new language, You aren't just learning new words for the same things. You are learning a new way to think. You are finding a new part of yourself. When you sit in a quiet space and listen to a guide in English, you are giving yourself a gift of silence and growth. You are telling yourself, I am worth the time it takes to grow. This reflection helps us stay grounded. In a world that is always shouting at us to do more, be faster, and earn more, your English practice can be your sanctuary. It is a place where you can be a student again, where it is okay to make mistakes, and where every small step is a celebration of your human spirit. Let us take a moment to summarize what we have discussed today. First, we must focus on our identity, seeing ourselves as readers and listeners rather than just students. Second, we need to make it easy by designing our environment and reducing friction. Third, we can use habit stacking to fit English into our existing lives. Fourth, we should provide ourselves with small, immediate rewards to keep our motivation high. And finally, we must remember that this journey is about connecting with our deeper selves. We have covered a lot today, but remember, you don't have to do everything at once. Just pick one small thing. Maybe tomorrow, you will just put your headphones on your desk. That is enough. You are building a system, and systems take time to grow. As we finish our time together in this quiet space, I want you to feel hopeful. Your past failures do not define your future. Every morning is a chance to start again, not with a giant leap, but with one tiny, atomic step. You have the power to change your life through your habits, and I am so honored to be a part of your journey. If these steps resonate with you, share your thoughts or which step you will try first in the comments. Subscribe to Inner Voice English for more calm guides to a better life. I look forward to hearing your stories. Be kind to yourself, stay consistent, and I will see you in our next session. Goodbye for now.